So in that way, the term equity which you have used for this theme and the equality on which I am going to speak, they are sometimes used interchangeably, but these concepts are considered to be related. But legally speaking, there is a difference between the two. Equity is trying to understand and to give the people what they need or to enjoy the full healthy lives. That is, in our country, we see it as an affirmative action, as a positive discrimination, or something like substantive equality, the equality that results into something, the equality of outcomes, or legally we speak that de facto equality, that means equity. While equality aims to ensure that everyone gets the same things in order to enjoy the full and healthy lives, that is known as the de jure equality or the formal equality, that nothing is to be done and every person in the society is considered to be on the same footing. So as we know that India is a country which is plural in nature and the equality or the similarity is not possible. So we talk about the equity and not about the equality, because equality aims to promote the fairness and justice. But it can only work if everyone starts from the same beginning or same place and their needs are the same. So gender equity is about equal opportunities, on which this particular session's theme is based upon. So gender equity, that is the equal opportunity, rights and responsibilities for women and men, girls and boys, these are the same. And gender equality is an important right, which is also conferred by the Constitution of India, Constitution, the supreme law of the land, as one of the right to equality, which is available to every person. And it can contribute as a powerful driver for growth also, growth and development of the nation, development and stability of the nation. And on the other hand, my topic, which also speaks about the empowerment. So it is related to the women empowerment, but empowerment in itself is like to create a social environment in which one can make decisions and one can make choices either individually or collectively. And similarly, if we talk about the women empowerment, it is just the ability of the women to exercise full control over their actions, or that is to say the control over the material assets, or the control over the intellectual resources, and control over their ideologies also. This women empowerment also involves at the psychological level, where the women finds the ability to assert them or to come out from their gender roles or the stereotype roles which have been assigned to them, and which also you see resist changes. So empowerment can come with acquiring knowledge, power and experiences. But at the same time, what we witness is that the deprivation, degradation and exploitation of women, especially women from rural areas and those belonging to the deprived sectors of the society, that is a biggest issue which needs or which demands the gender justice. Now, I'm talking about the rural areas women or the deprived sectors women, but today morning I received one email from a women professor, and that too from the law, from a very renowned university. And then I could see that there are different angles of perceiving the women empowerment also. Relating to that, I am of the opinion that if the women would be economically independent, she would be empowered. If she is educationally good, then she'll be empowered. But there are various issues which stops the women to live a dignified life. Violence against women undermines the social fabric of the community. And that also prevents the women from achieving the social equality, the economic equality, the political equality, because all these types of the inequalities are persisting in our society. That stops the women to participate in the social, economic, political, legal, and other fields independently. And also they are not participating, or they are not made a participant of these things with full confidence. So lack of confidence may be due to various reasons as well. Poverty is one of the reasons, we all know, because you see that the women are mostly exploited there. They work as domestic helps, they work as sex slaves, their incomes are not with them of the equal to that the male partners, or even if they are earning some money by doing their own work, then their money is being snatched by their men in the houses. In the lower strata, you always see these things, because the domestic helps, they work day and night, and then they tell the story that what happened to their money which they earned by their hard labor during the entire month. So poverty is one of them. Illiteracy is also one of the reason which we can say that it is not giving the confidence to the women, or it's not making the empower to the women. But very nice report has come in 2019-2021, that is of the National Family Health Survey, and the data shows that now we are having more literacy rate than the earlier years. In 2021, the male literacy rate was 84.70%, and females was having 70.30%. So this has been on the increase side. Then mortality mortality inequalities also exists. There is a high mortality rate in women, we all know, and the sex ratio at the birth continues to be lower. But again, you see the latest report, which is there of the National Family Health Survey, and that says the Indian sex ratio has improved in 2021. And now we are having 1,020 females over 1,000 males. This is really clocking a female majority for the first time in the country. So that is also now not the issue. Then we are also of the opinion that inequality exists in their houses also, because of the gender bias, because the women share the burden of the housework, the child care, and other menial works by so-called division of works, because these are the works which can be performed only by the women, these are the works which can be performed only by the men. So these type of the division of work exists, and that creates the inequality also. Then in professional life also we find it, because I'm also a working woman, and I can understand, and the others also can understand, that there are certain inequalities which exist in the professional life because of the many handicaps for women in the offices also. If nothing is there, then the harassment would come in the development of that particular women. They face inequality in appointment, employment, and other service conditions, promotions, because I've been in scrutiny of many of the committees in the country, and there I find that if there is a application form of a women, then mostly the male partners, they say that if it is possible, then avoid the female applicants, because they will be busy in their family work, they will be asking for many leaves, and that's how the work will suffer. So inequality from at every stage that they are facing. Then in relation to health and safety, again, empowerment of women depends on their health and safety. And their safety is, again, we can say, is violated. We are aware of the crimes against women. NCRB, that is National Crime Bureau, Records Bureau data of 2020 released in September 2021. That says that there is a rise of crimes against the women, be it dowry, rape, kidnapping, acid attack, domestic violence, many types of the things, cruelty. So all these factors are there which are resisting the women to empower, to develop, to have its growth, general or genuine growth in the society, so that they can contribute in the society properly. And this is how we find that all these things exist there, but at the same time, internationally or nationally, there are legal frameworks, there are treaties, there are various documents which provides for the gender justice, which provides for the gender equality also, whether it be the CEDAW, that is the Convention of Elimination Against All Forms of Discrimination Against Women, then Beijing Action of Platform, then Sustainable Development Goals, goal number 5 particularly, which speaks about the gender equality, and which also target about to end all forms of discrimination, violence, harmful practices against the women. or which is also speaking about that to how to value the unpaid care of the women, how to value the work which they are performing at their domestic level, equal right for economic resources or equality may be given. So you see that the target of this sustainable development goal is basically to promote the empowerment of the women. And at international level, all these documents are available, and India is also the signatory of many of these documents, particularly CEDAW. Then at national level, we find that special provisions are there for the women in the Constitution of India. Besides equality as a fundamental right, then we find the dignity and all the rights which are available to the male members, which are available to the citizens or the persons of the country, and women being a person or a citizen, those rights are also available. At the same time, some special provisions are also made for the women. For example, special laws may be made for the women. This is a fundamental right under Article 15, Clause 3 of the Constitution of India. Then we have the National Commission for Women. We have the National Policy for Women Empowerment. Many legislations all are also there. For example, dowry prohibition, domestic violence, prenatal diagnostic techniques act, वगैरह. So what we find that all these things are in existence, but still we discuss on this theme because we know the desired results have not been achieved till now. So what we need to see how to enhance the women's voice in decision making, leadership, and peace building, how to promote the women's social, educational, and economic empowerment, and how to end the violence against women and girls. We know that wearing fashionable clothes doesn't make them empower, or to carry makeups or cutting or coloring gray hair doesn't make them empower. It is the time for women to be empowered by themselves. They must consider themselves that they are empowered. No one is going to come, or no one is coming for empowering the women. The women should prioritize for themselves. They should not care for how they are being judged by the others, judged by the family, judged by the colleagues, or judged by the society. The lens of the judgment should be their own. What they exactly want, they should do that. They should come forward to make themselves empowered. So it is the time now, and it is the time that they should know their voices must be counted, and that they are being counted as a human being. They are the integral part of the same society in which other half have their say, their power, their authority. With these words, I stop and giving more and more time to the panelists of this session, so that we can confine this session within time, and more time may be given to the participants who can ask questions on gender equality, gender justice, and gender equity. So thank you very much. And now I invite Professor Shruti Thambe. She